Hey, nerds! It's Geeks of Cascadia. Geeks of Cascadia. Geeks of Cascadia. Exclusive tabletop game podcast for the Pacific Northwest. All levels of gamers. Analog gaming. Tabletop news. Dungeons and Dragons and magic. Stupid, mindless banter.
There will definitely be some. That's probably our best. That's our best feature.
You are listening to the Geeks of Cascadia podcast, featuring Steve Hobbs, Paul Anderson, and Joe Costa.
Hey geeks, Blue Samurai here. It is episode 37. Woo! And I am with...
Rebecca.
I'm still Paul.
Oh, boo.
I know.
We're going to come up with something.
Just plain old Rebecca.
That
How about
is
T-Bone?
There you go.
I think that's been taken.
Yeah. What do we got going today?
Well, we're going to talk to David Gerrard from Junk Spirit Games.
Not the NFL player?
Not the NFL player.
Oh.
No, I
We
didn't.
had him, but we had to cancel on him.
Oh, so you just had to
Yeah.
find another dude with the
He
same
didn't,
name.
he didn't fit our schedule. So since we already had that stuff typed
That's
out.
football
Right.
season or something.
Yeah.
Well, David's been great. This has been on our show 3 times before.
David's awesome.
He's with Junk Spirit Games. He's done By Order of the Queen, Junk King,
Mm-hmm.
and Tyler Sigmund's Crows.
Yes.
And he's got some new stuff coming out that he will tease about
Yes.
in their interview. And what we love, Paul and I love, is to interview local game developers, up-and-comers, putting out these great games.
Totally. We met him at Dragonfly.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we
It
did.
was very fun.
So what do we got going on in the con news?
Con news, well, the top story is Geek Girl Con in
Woohoo!
Seattle. That's October 27th and 28th. Rebecca, I think, was thinking about going to that.
I
It
just learned about
looks
it.
like a lot of fun. I've seen it there. I was there for a work convention once at the same time, and I heard about natural foods and stuff, and there was all these people learning about the Geek Girl stuff.
Looks fun.
It looks like
I
lots
have
of
a
fun.
yen to go to that.
You should go.
I know.
It starts in 39 days, 6 hours and 39 minutes if you're watching us live.
38 minutes.
38
Wow.
minutes? Darn it. Also coming up, we've got Bellingham Comic-Con. That is in Bellingham, and I don't see the date here on their website.
Comic-Con or Comic-Con?
Comic-Con is what it says.
You hear that,
Con.
San Diego?
San
You
Diego.
can't sue them.
Yes, they can.
Can't sue them.
Yes, they
No, it
can.
says Comic-Con.
And, yes,
I
don't know.
I don't know the difference.
Sure.
Okay, so
$8 in advance, $13 at the door. I'm sorry, I don't know when it is because it's not on their front page.
it's on the very top there.
Is it? Where do you see it?
Saturday, October 20th, right?
Oh God, it's right there by the Silver Surfer.
Holy
And
crap.
Galactus.
It's too bad you can't show this.
Saturday, October 20th, Ferndale Event Center. We also have, keeping themes of Cascadia,
Yes.
Lake City Comic Con in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. They have a lake there. I think that's where they got the name.
Kootenai
That's
County
Saturday the
Fairgrounds.
20th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Kootenai?
This one is only $5 at the door. If you want to say Kootenai, sure. Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is the language.
It's inside the Jackson Building, number 25. Looks like fun.
Jacqueline,
Jacqueline?
not Jackson. Can you read?
I like
No.
the fact that their website's got a cat on an inner tube just kind of sitting back chilling.
With beverage.
Because summer is not dead.
And that's about it. We got one little thing coming up in January. That's OrcaCon. That
OrcaCon?
is
What's that?
OrcaCon is this thing that people do in Bellevue, Washington, at the Hilton. It's January 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's board games galore
Are there
and panels.
Orcas?
All are welcome.
There?
There might be orcas. It's fun.
I'll go just for
Stuffed
that.
orcas.
Stuffed orcas,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there's food there.
All right, plush. I should say stuffed orcas.
No, that's
Someone would
gross.
actually think there was an
That's
actual
really
orca
gross. Yeah,
stuff.
no.
Yeah,
There's no stuffed orcas.
No,
There's
no.
orca plushies.
But if you go on the website, we are looking for volunteers, I believe.
Yes, but the call for volunteers today on the internets.
I want to volunteer.
You should volunteer.
You should
I'm
volunteer.
Did you?
What might one do
Well,
if they
you-
volunteer? What things might they
You
be signed up for?
might sell passes at registration.
I could do that.
You might help people learn to play games, or just sit and play games with them.
Isn't that awesome?
That sounds fun.
Volunteering, get a pass, and all you gotta do is play games.
Yeah.
The convention
Yeah.
that you were gonna go to play games.
Yeah, game host say to sit down. Maybe you don't even know how to play the game. You all figure it out together and play the game. It's fun.
Cool.
You
I like
also
that. If you volunteer, do you have to volunteer for all 3 days?
No, you can volunteer for a different number of days. You may or may not get a free pass, depending on how much you volunteer. I don't know where the cutoff is for that, what the hours are.
I volunteer for the goodness that I feel in my heart when I volunteer.
So do we.
Absolutely.
And one thing everyone does is they make sure that everything is always accessible. Chairs get pushed back in so people can go through if they
That's
or
my
a
gig.
mobility device, stuff like that.
And it's just cool if you do it.
Yes.
And you're
So it's
helping
nice
the
to do.
conduit.
I can so push in chairs.
So what else we got going on? Maybe in Kickstarter?
And Kickstarter, I'm going to
Yes.
Kickstarter corner.
Well, unless
oh
you
my goodness.
unless you have
Well, Joe's
some
not
more
here.
conduit.
Joe's
Yeah,
not here,
Joe's not
so
here.
I didn't know we were doing that. So really quickly, the Matlocks from Weather Gauge Workshop,
Yes.
they kicked off their board game Congress, the board game, and they are about halfway to their goal.
Oh, good.
And they have 16 days to go, so it looks like they're right on target.
All
It
right.
looks like a fun game.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
We'll have to interview them maybe after
Yes.
Kickstarter.
What is
Yes.
that one-liner under Congress, the board game?
The game where nothing gets done.
Is that
It's-
accurate?
I wouldn't
For
know.
all politicians, I don't know. They don't do much, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Also, there's some new stuff I just pulled up on Kickstarter. There's a miniatures board game set in Egypt's 40s called Tombed, which looks really fun. That is 53% funded, 20 days to go. We've got Eye for an Eye, an Oculite Arena combat board game relaunch. Don't know what any of that means, but it's really cute looking, and there's little miniatures in different colors.
I know what arena means.
I know what arena means.
Okay.
And Divided Republic, a board game about the election of 1860.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That sounds like
right.
something you learn as
Yeah,
you play.
yeah, they're trying to-
Well, wait, don't we already know what who won that one? Why would he even doing that?
I played a Divided Republic, a board game about the election of 2000.
Oh,
It didn't turn out great. I lost.
Yeah.
we all lost.
We all did.
So what else do we got going on?
Well, do you have anything going on with the Samurai?
You know, I don't, other than a D&D game tonight,
D&D
which
game.
I am the GM. I'm the
The
DM.
GM.
Rebecca,
GM and DM.
what do you think of the new DM?
I think the new DM's kind of cool. I
don't know.
I like his.
Yes.
I like his impersonations and sound
Thank you.
effects.
Thank
sound
you.
effects. You're doing better.
I'm working on it. It takes time. It takes
He's a
time.
little stern.
I like it. He's all over it. He's stern, but then he's generous. With
Stern,
other
but
things.
kind at
He
the same
giveth
time.
and he taketh
That's
away.
right.
He definitely take it away.
I'm only mean to the people that put extra stuff in their character sheet that they don't deserve.
Who does
like they just
that?
add
Who does
stuff
that?
to it for no
Why do
reason.
people do that?
Well,
I don't know. They
there's
should.
a reason if you can't tell that you've added it
Yes.
and you continue to push that little ad. That's the reason
see, you have
why
to
you end
equip
up
it.
with 5 Dungeoneer
Folks, if
packs.
you have looked at
That's right.
D&D, if you have
60
built a character on
daggers.
D&D Beyond, you have to go do it. It's so much
Oh,
fun.
See, I didn't
it
know
is
if I was
great.
just allowed to say that. I actually
No,
like
you can
how
say
you
that.
incorporate
Yeah.
the D&D Beyond, whether it's
Thank you.
messages to us or
Yes.
adding to the spreadsheet with
He
our
did
money
this really
or
cool
weapons.
thing. We
Really
gave him
cool.
our backstories, either
Yeah.
brief or long, and then he added on to it in a really, really cool way.
I did.
Super detailed.
Yes.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
very real. I feel like I'm there.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
It's fun.
It's too bad I'm gonna have to kill you all tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Mhm.
I saw you rolling
that
last
right?
week.
But
You couldn't beat a player who wasn't even present last week.
that's true. I was rolling pretty badly. But you know what I'm excited about is the Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is in your game store. And by the way, we are podcasting from around the table. Thank you, Tim Morgan.
Woohoo.
That is out right now, and we all will be playing that in a few weeks.
Yes.
And hopefully, if everything goes well, after we complete it, we'll be doing a game review to all of you out there.
Yes, certainly.
And maybe I might do a little experiment, and we might be podcasting the game itself, but we'll see.
I think that is the
Good.
best idea. I think you should have done that by now.
We're just
Don't bang on the table.
don't bang the table. Well,
Not for a second.
we're just
Just wanna
working.
hold my hands.
We're working on some issues though, equipment issues, not people issues.
No.
Well, there's some people.
There's always
issues.
people
There's
issues.
always people issues.
All I can say is when you do that, there's going to be a lot of editing.
Oh no, I think we'll be okay. It'll be raw.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe we'll have a Patreon, and then the two people can pay to actually listen
Yes,
to
if we
it.
can get 2 people to pay $1,000.
Right. You know, I forgot we actually haven't interviewed.
We have an interview. That's all right. That's right.
Yes. So you want to hear about David?
Of course I do.
All right, let's hear about David. Hey geeks, and welcome to a segment where we talk to people, you
Yeah.
know, so that's what we do here. We're at Dragonflight. Still Paul is here.
Well,
And I don't know if you remember, David Gerrard,
yeah,
longtime guest. This is your third time, I think, on the program.
that's right. I'm basically a co-host at this point.
And since you have not filled a restraining order against us,
Yeah.
we welcome you back to the show.
Still going. Yeah, that's right.
So last time we talked, I think it was Gen Con last year, maybe.
Oh yeah.
You were doing Tyler Sigmund's Crows.
Yep.
How'd that go?
It went really well.
Okay.
We were able to basically just take a game that was made about 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old game, and the game had a really bad design. And in fact, I found out in the course of making the game that the original company actually messed up some of the rules, which was hilarious to find out. And then when you find out the omitted rule that was not in the game, actually made the game a little bit more streamlined, a little bit better. So
Okay.
we obviously brought that rule back in, and then I added a bunch of other gameplay elements, and then obviously we brought the gameplay, the game codes themselves up very much, and just added a whole layer of other theme and just all these great things. And so we now have the game in hand, and it is really doing well. Reviews are really strong for it, stronger than our previous games, and people really love it.
And I think you kickstarted, right?
Yeah.
Did you not?
Yep,
Okay.
we did. We kickstarted in October, and I would say do not kickstart in October. Don't do that. It was a weird thing. We kind of the Kickstarter did not do it traditionally as well as other Kickstarters have done, which is fine. We have a lot of people now being like, oh well, I completely missed that Kickstarter. That's crazy, and I need to buy this game. So
Okay.
you know, it's fine. It's great, but yeah.
So you didn't make? Did you make the goal? Or you
Oh yeah, we
didn't?
definitely made the goal.
You made the goal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and my team makes fun of me all the time because I complain about only making $40,000 on Kickstarter.
Right.
And they said you're the only guy that can complain about making that much money.
Right.
But I expected it to do better, just because Tyler Swin's a well-known person, and I brought this game forward, and I just think that October was a terrible month for us.
And if you had any suggestions out there to people who want to do game design, they want to kickstart things.
Yeah.
I mean, October. I mean, what would be the month? You think?
Yeah, I don't know. For us, we did a January Kickstarter, did very well. We did an April month, did very well. I hear also that with August, September is also very strong. But I think that it really matters. I think that's one small factor. And what you do is
Right.
when you're trying to be funded on a Kickstarter, what you're trying to do is you're giving yourself a percentage chance. And let's say at the beginning you start at 25%. 25% chance we're going to get funded. And picking the right day of the week gives you an extra 2%. Picking the extra month, the right month gives you like 5%. And then you stack all these things together, and all of a sudden you're like
Right.
80% chance. And you're feeling really good, and you launch.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
and I think a bigger factor is probably making sure that you're lining up to people that are following you, that you have on social media. That you can email directly and say, hey, fund me, help us make this, and then they do, right? And so I just think that we failed to do that a little bit too. But I think that October was a big part of our mistakes there. But again, we definitely funded. We funded very strongly as far as a medium-sized game goes.
Well, and
We're really happy with it.
it just seemed like you did pretty good marketing. I mean, I saw you at Gen Con. You've been doing the con circuit.
Yep.
Your wife was probably like, "Are you going to be at home?"
Oh yeah,
at
my
all
girls
weekends?
especially. Well, I've turned my girls are now old enough that they can go to the conventions and essentially help me sell.
Oh,
to
cool,
speak.
okay,
I've got
all
two
right.
salesmen, and they're doing great, having a great time. And so yeah, we're going to PAX next week, and the girls have been very excited. And we're talking to me for months about going to that and helping to sell the game. They want to know what's going on.
And you can people can still buy Junk King as well, right?
Oh yeah.
At
So
the
we
same
still have
time,
Junkie.
yeah.
We still have Junkie. We still have Bite of the Queen, and we have extra copies of those that we are selling to game stores, and it's all in distribution on Gens too. So yeah. Yep.
And you said you had last time we talked.
Oh,
you had
yes.
3 projects.
Oh yeah, it's very
So
fun.
tell us about what you're.
I remember
doing
last
now.
time I remember telling you that we had a game where you would be on the back of these big giants that were moving around.
Yeah.
So I met a number of people in the last year, and I met a designer that's working on a game, and he showed me his game, and it was almost not thematically identical, but it was mechanically identical. So
Okay.
I pulled that game back because we have other games we're working on, and this person was very excited about what they're doing.
Right.
And I didn't want to step on that person. And they haven't launched it yet. So I'm waiting to see if they do or not. And if they don't, then we'll bring that game back. But we have other projects. So
Okay.
the one we're working on next is kind of came out of nowhere. It's called Battle of the Bards. And the reason why it came out of nowhere is because the artist guy, Justin Hooker. He called me up and he was like, "Hey, I got this really cool idea for a game." And I was like, "All right, what do you got?"
And Justin, he's the guy that
Does art.
does for the last okay,
Oh, yeah.
great art. Don't you think?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, absolutely. And so he's his own artist in his own right. He doesn't need me to make money for him. He makes more money than all three of us put together, probably times two, and just selling art. And but he's great and he's great to work with, and he loves making games. He's got kids as well, so he calls me up and he says, "I got this great game idea. It's called like Battle of Bands." And I was like, "All right." He's like, "But Battle of the Bar."
That's awesome.
And I was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome. What do you do in the game?" And he goes, "No, I'm telling you, that's the game." And I was like, "Dude, you've given me a theme.
Okay.
You've given me a theme." And so we had a laugh, and then he tried to make the game out of anger, and then he showed me the game he made, and he was like, "Now I know why you're on this team and you're amazing." Because the design part is not easy. And so then I just had that in the back of my mind, and I was moving the game of Sagrada, which, if you're familiar, is the dice game, with the beautiful dice and very simple but strategic gameplay. And I just thought of some weird idea of an interaction with the way the dice would work, and it all came to me. And I made the game in like 24 hours, and I thought I was a super genius. I had done it. I had made the game in 24 hours. I put the prototype together, brought it to the team, played it for the first time in front of them, and it was garbage. So I wasn't the genius I thought.
Right. It broke immediately.
It broke immediately. Right. So then we worked on it for about 3 or 4 months, and we're at where we're at now. So and it's really good. It's a dice rolling game with light deck building aspects to it.
Okay.
And so you have like a bar troupe, and they show up on stage, and you get dice. You roll the dice to use their abilities. You then use their abilities. You use the dice also to create performances that please the audiences, and you score points off that.
So I'm assuming the background of this because you pick bards, and that's a great segue or tie-in to kind of fantasy role playing out there. So you're talking like bards in the nerd sense of fantasy role playing. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, and of course we keep it in the same. So the world that we created for Bar of the Queen, which was the Tessendor universe, which is fantasy universe. We're very family friendly with all these, and I always mess this word up. What's it called? Anamorphic? Oh my gosh, I messed that word up. No one knows. Yeah, right? Okay, so yes. Anamorphic. It's not right, because I think there's a
This
team
is the section of the podcast where we mispronounce things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Let's line them up. So a bunch of so there's like these, there's owlbears, and there's street people, and so there's all these different types of races of beings in this world. So we are staying in the same world, and so we're making Battle of Bards in that same Tessendor universe, and just kind of keeping the theme going, and keeping it light, and keeping it family friendly.
Okay. Is it a thing where you have to pick your type race of bard?
Oh yeah, no. So each bard, so there's essentially 4 types of bards, right? So there's singers, there's musicians, there's dancers, and then there's illusionists. And then basically you put the 4 together, you get a good mix going, so you can get variety. And then certain audiences will come out and they'll be essentially screaming for we like dancers.
Okay.
And then
the audiences are different as well.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
So there's a whole, you have to please the audiences to score.
Okay. So
you're basically kind of watching what the audience is doing. You're also making sure that no one else is stealing the audiences. And so it's like a true kind of Battle of the Bands feel to it. Yeah.
Cool.
So we're really excited about that one. That one's in prototype phase. We'll probably be doing kickstarting that probably in the January timeframe, probably right around WorkCon. And then
maybe you can bring it to WorkCon.
I have it here, but I'm still promoting Crows because everybody's loving Crows so much. I can't be like, oh, but then there's this other game. They're like, yeah, I'm done with that. I'm gonna get Crows, and we're gonna be happy with it. So I don't want to talk about that. So we're still kind of promoting Crows, and then we can So but then after that, one of the games I was talking about last year, I was talking about the 2-player game with asymmetrical gameplay, where one person's being an agent, the other person's being a hacker.
Okay.
That game I was working on until this Battle of Bards kind of bumped it out of the way.
Right.
So that game, we might be able to do a January Kickstarter and then an April Kickstarter for next year. Because it's almost done.
And you're still, and I just want to remind people who are thinking about going into game design.
Oh, yes.
You actually hold down a full-time job as
I
well.
have a full job, yeah. The $4 that I'm making from game design,
right.
it's not quit your job money.
what? They don't provide you like health insurance for game design? No pension or anything like that?
No pension. Good night. Oh man, a pension would be nice.
Yeah,
That'd be
right?
crazy. Like $20 later.
So when you do a Kickstarter, this money, your stretch goal is to pay for his healthcare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. At $20,000, we can pay for Dave's healthcare. At $25,000, he can go to the dentist.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. It's not what you want to do. I think this is like a passion thing, and I was going to call myself a little bit of an artist as well. We're creating, right? And so it's weird to think of a designer as an artist, but any real artist that makes money, they do it through speed. Right? We're only making a game like once a year, once every 9 to 10 months. That's not fast enough to be like quit your job, So if I didn't have a job, I don't know if I could go faster. If I had more time, I don't know, but I don't want to take a risk. I got a family, right? So you got to keep that real job so that you can keep the risk.
And you're always doing the concert, which means time away from the family, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like I said, I can always bring my girls to events and stuff, and that's working out as they get a little older. And so, and of course, the gaming community is very, open to different ages and everything. And so, all the girls always have a great time gaming with everybody, and everybody's very patient, and it's a great community.
So it looks like you got, obviously you're still selling your 3 games you got now. You got one in development. You got another one you're just kind of putting together.
Yep.
What about anything further in the future?
So,
you got stuff going on.
So I can't directly. I don't want to drop the big bomb.
Okay. All right.
But we do have. I want to say sign. We signed, but we don't really sign. We just handshake here. We handshake with a guy who makes miniatures, like a 3D model.
Okay. All right.
Now we're not going to be dropping some big old zombie-side level game where it's like, here's 700 models, give me $300.
Right.
But we are going to make a game that has miniatures in it that are going to be very high quality, and which is essentially what we do. We make high quality games. We make sure to keep the quality good, so that when you open your box, you feel like you made a good
Okay, so these miniatures are for the existing games you have?
No. We're making
something else.
So that's what I said. I want to put the bomb on.
All right. Okay.
Because again, like Battleborn's going to show up out of nowhere and jumped into the middle of our queue, and so our queue is very long, and so I can tell you that's what I want to do a year from now. I'm actually going to do that right now. So, but we want to make a game that has a handful of interests, like maybe 12 to 18, so that people can get excited about painting them. They'll be high quality enough that you want to paint them. For the people out there that paint models, because I paint models and I own all those games and miniatures, and I don't paint any of the models because it's too many.
Can you maybe give us a hint of the universe these?
It will definitely be in the test universe. We literally have people screaming at us on Twitter and Facebook and through Kickstarter comments.
Right.
Like, where is my Testador miniatures game?
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Cool.
So we want to get in there. We want to get in there with it, but we don't want to hit them with 300 models. I think that's silly. I think it's silly to do. I think that's I feel like you're scamming people.
And I imagine you'll probably do another Kickstarter on that.
Oh, of course.
And the stretch goal is you'll personally paint the figure for us.
No, stretch goal is I need to go to the dentist.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, we actually at one point we were talking about having a stretch goal in the Crows campaign that we didn't do. But I was like, guys, for real. It was like stretch goal, some weird amount that was like maybe $10 over the previous stretch goal. It's like, we'll have a pizza party at our place on our YouTube channel. And everybody else was like, you're a huge dork. And I was like, someone wants to see.
You know what you can do? Is you can invite us Geeks of
Cascadia. There you go.
And now that we do video,
you
can do it.
Yeah. So maybe $15 for pizza.
Yes.
And then there you go. And then an extra $10 and we get a slice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Once we hit that mark, and then somebody just buys one game and we're in.
I mean,
the pizza party.
So do you think, for game designers, is it true for everyone that you're constantly okay, I'm working, I'm selling the stuff I got now.
Right.
I'm in the final development of the other games, and now I'm thinking about another game. So it's almost like you're doing 3 chests.
Yeah. I always tell people, so I'm in this weird spot because of the fact that I've made 3 games, and people think that I know what I'm doing, which is weird because I have a path that I'm trying to do, and there's multiple different paths to victory here. So I always tell people that. Wait, now I forgot your question. Oh my! I was
talking about the 3. You're always going 3 moves ahead, right?
Yeah, and so what we do is basically, I kind of work on multiple games at the same time, and then once the team feels like that's what they want to do, and especially the artist, obviously, and Justin, I really do take a big cue off of what he wants to work on. I don't want to make people that work with me do something they don't want to do, right?
Sure.
So if they get excited about a project, then that's what we're working on. So we'll be working on something. The 2-player game that I want to release is something I'm personally excited about, but the other guys are like, oh, we could love it or hate it, we could lose it or not, And so, so I basically try to just basically kind of go with the team and what they want to do. I'm just the kind of face of the team. And my joke is that's why we don't do very well. But
Right, yeah.
But and this I'm worried that you're videotaping me, and I'm like, I got a face for radio. It's not what
Oh,
you're
no, great.
So no, it's fine. No, so but yeah. That is what we try to do. I've talked to other people, and they've asked me like the way that you should do it, and I always tell them, if you that's what I'm saying. If you're only making one game, don't bother. You should be trying to make 5 games eventually, because you're going to learn so much when you make your first game. You learn so much.
Yeah.
I mean, just the amount of knowledge that you then have is probably worth $30,000 on your next project. That you're going to save so much money because you've now learned all these mistakes.
Right.
So yeah, and you gotta capitalize on the knowledge you gain. So keep going.
So you find yourself improving each time.
Oh yeah. I mean, we make mistakes every game, and then the next one you eliminate the mistake, and then you streamline your system, and all of a sudden you're actually making money. So yeah.
So how would people get a hold of you?
Oh yeah, you're gonna find me online. Just I'm at @Dagger on Twitter, or you can obviously find Junk Spirit Games on Twitter and Junk Spirit Games on Facebook. And then of course we have our website, which is just www.junkspiritgames.com.
All right, maybe we can have it like right here.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great.
Maybe
Or right across my face.
here is a little better.
Okay, right here. All right, yeah.
It's right here.
That's right.
Yeah, right over the face. Yeah, change it up. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else?
Great. I'm excited.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks a lot, David.
Yeah, definitely. Thank
All right,
you.
man. Take care.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Excellent.
Thanks, David. Wow, that was a lot of stuff I didn't know. Thanks. That's cool. You guys think that was cool?
Yeah, we love
Yeah,
talking to
it was
David.
great. We had a
Yeah.
great time with David.
He's one of our favorites.
That's
Mhm.
the first time I met him, so yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got some stuff coming out, and I'm wishing him well.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it.
Hopefully, David, if you're listening to this, remember, we talked to you when you were just a lowly, starting out game designer, and you're gonna make it big. You're big right now. Please
You
remember
just
us.
called him
Yes.
lowly.
Well, he's big now.
Big now.
He's famous. He owns his own company. It's a mega company.
That's what she said. when
That's
we got
right. He's
past.
on his 20th game right now.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping when this comes out, he'll be that big.
He's working fast.
Yes.
This is coming out in like a week, right?
I tell you though, seriously though, I love David
Yeah.
because he's really down to earth. And
He's fun.
a lot of
Easy
these,
to talk to.
yeah, and a lot of these developers, like, this is not the only thing they're doing. They're doing it out of the love of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's holding down an actual job to put a roof over his head and pay the bills and feed his family. And he's doing this out of love. And I wish I had the brains to make my own game. But
If he fed his family less, he could probably have more fun.
it's true.
That's a good idea.
David, you should think about that. Just don't feed your daughters.
It's
Yeah.
not really necessary.
No,
3
it's
meals a
just
day.
let them go and fend for themselves.
Foraging
Yeah,
skills.
why not?
Well, everyone needs to know how to forge just in case.
That's right. Well, do we have anything else?
What you guys been doing? Anything else nerdy? Watching Iron Fist?
I have been watching Iron Fist.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm saving them up.
Well,
We're
I
gonna
will-
binge watch.
Well, I will say this though, it doesn't give it away. It is way better than the first Iron Fist.
You know,
Okay.
everyone just bags on the first season.
That's right.
I loved it. I know. That's what you said.
Well, anyway, if you want to contact us or ask a
Dirty
question,
man.
please email us at geeksofcascadia@gmail.com or
We're on Facebook at Geeks of Cascadia. We're on Twitter
Who
at
responds?
Geeks of Cascadia.
When-
It's me. I do all the work.
Yeah.
I do all the heavy lifting.
sometimes I will respond on a rare occasion.
We're on Pinterest.
Mhm.
No, we're not on Pinterest. We're on Instagram at Geeks of Cascadia.
And I know there's some listeners out there, you did email us to have us review some of your games. We are going to get to it. We were a little tied up this summer. It's been really crazy.
Yeah.
So I think that's all we have for
Yeah.
now. I see one of the players coming in, so we're going to play some D&D. So with that, embrace the nerd, and I hope you make that saving throw.
Me too.